Hey, what's up guys, how's it going on? Thank you so much for clicking the video. I'm Ayrus and welcome back to another Clash Royale video, and today we're going to talk about the LUMBER-LOON deck. So it's the Lava Hound that is the main concentration up in here. So we're going to talk about the LUMBER-LOON or the Lava Hound deck. So this is pretty much a very good deck. The fact that you need to understand the basics and what you actually need to do if you're actually using the Lava Hound itself. So I'm going to break it down and I'm going to tell you all it takes for you to master up this deck. So before I start over, make sure to subscribe to the channel for Clash Royale or Clash Royale content every single day. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoy this video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. So let me just get into it. So the first thing is, of course, the Lava Hound is costing you 7 elixirs, so that's nowhere cheap. So it's definitely very high in terms of elixir cost they're actually spending up. But then it's a very good flying tank. So it's the only flying tank you probably have in Clash Royale itself. There's no troop that actually has that much hit points as that of the Lava Hound when it comes to air troops. So that's pretty high when it comes to tanking thing. So you definitely have to combine it with some troops to actually make it to the first tower. You actually want to take it down, then you definitely need to put something behind the Lava Hound, because the Lava Hound all alone cannot take down that tower unless the pups come out. So the pups are really good. You're gonna get 6 pups. Well, as soon as the Lava Hound dies, you're gonna get 6 pups. We're actually gonna do 270 damage per second, so that's massive. So the pups are definitely worth having, but then the Lava Hound all alone cannot do anything all by herself. So when it comes to the troop that actually needs to be behind the Lava Hound, it's of course the balloon, because these two synchronize very well. The balloon and the Lava Hound both want the tower itself, the Princess Tower. That's exactly what you're looking forward for, because the balloon does not has high hit points but has more damage per second, while the Lava Hound has more hit points but low damage per second. So you definitely have both in both of these cards. So one is going to help you defend, the other is going to take down that tower in no time whatsoever. So these two are the best matches. So you want to make sure that you put in the Lava Hound up in the behind and then put it in the balloon, and make sure that it's going to go all right. So make sure that the balloon is not in front. Now this is a beatdown deck. Now what's the beatdown? It's basically that the whole thing is considered to have tanks. So any strategy which has tanks like the Golem, the P.E.K.K.A, the anything, the Giant Skeleton, all these are so costly. So these are the beatdown decks where you actually have a tank up in the front, and then you're slowly building up, and then you're gonna actually do some 2 or 3 pushes, and that's actually gonna give you the first star itself. So that's what you actually call a beatdown deck. It's actually gonna contain a tank, and then you're slowly gonna progress and make sure that you're taking that tower down. That's what you actually call the beatdown deck. So when it comes to the Lava Hound deck, I'm not going to talk about the troops, the strategy, I mean the deck here. I'm going to say you all the troops that actually make it to the Lava Hound deck. So of course the balloon and the Lava Hound make it up in here. The balloon and the Lava Hound pretty much all together can take down that tower. Then also maybe the main tower itself. That's really nice. But then there are some other cards which you probably need, because there's 6 more other space up in the deck slot up in there. So you can probably take in the minions. The minions are 3 cool dudes that actually are gonna kill down any spawn attack. So it's really cheap and it's gonna do a very good job. But then if you can actually, if the opponent has any arrows or zap, that's pretty much gonna be it for the minions. So the minions are pretty good, but then again it's very vulnerable, it's very weak. So you definitely need to consider that into when you're actually using the deck, using the card itself. So the next troop is the Mega Minion. Now Mega Minion is better than the Minion because it's the same elixir cost, and it's going to do much more damage and has much more hit points. And the main thing is that you not die against zap or arrows. So it's going to be pretty much there surviving all by itself. So that's the real big thing why you want Mega Minion instead of the Minion. The Minion will die if you actually put in a zap, not a zap, maybe the arrows, but then the Mega Minion is not. So that's the main stuff. So Fireball again can do pretty good damage on this, but then I think it will die. So the next troop is the Baby Dragon, and for 4 elixir it does a very good job. It's gonna do area splash, and if you can if the opponent is coming up with bats or maybe goblins, spare goblins and all that stuff, then the Baby Dragon will definitely help you clear that down. So Baby Dragon again is really good. So the next troop is the bats. Now these dudes, the four guys with 2 elixir, are a very great alternative for the minions. They're really nice, and if you don't have the bats, then of course the minions will make it, but then if you have the bats, then the minion will be ditched out. The bats are much better because they're going to do the same role as what the minions will do, but then for a much less elixir cost. So the Inferno Dragon is pretty much very common in this Lava Loon beatdown strategy decks or whatever that is. So it's really common because it's gonna help you take down any tanks like the the golem or any stuff that actually is going to be a big threat for you. So if it locks on to the Princess Star, it's pretty much over, considered it destroyed. So you can actually put in the lava hound and the balloon. And then you could probably put in the Inferno Dragon. If there isn't any swan attacks, then you probably will be getting that tower without any problems, because the Inferno Dragon, if it locks on to that Princess Star, it's gonna take it down so damn quick. So the next troop is the Bandit. Now the Bandit, because the Lava Hound is up in there, and you put the Bandit up in there sneaky, see, she will actually go down beneath the Lava Hound, and you probably will not even notice that while she's actually doing some great damage to the tower itself. So that's really nice, and it's a really good troop, to be honest. It's a legendary card, of course, and it's actually very good for the Lava Hound strategy, because you probably have the Lava Hound up in the top. Every troop is attacking there. The Bandit is definitely going to do some really great damage up in there. It's also a good card for you to actually take down that Princess Star. Our dash ability is really going to help a lot. So the Bandit, again, if the Lava Hound is up in there, you probably will not even notice that the Bandit is down there doing the damage. That's really nice to see. So the next troop is, the next card is the Tombstone. And whoever actually implemented the Tombstone into a Lava Hound deck, he is just genius, because for just 3 elixir, you're actually getting distraction, you're actually getting swan attack, more distraction, more swan, and also it's the best defense for any hog or balloon that's actually going to come across you. So it's really important to actually have the Tombstone. It's really worth having it, and it's going to come across very important when you actually are going to come across Hog Riders or Elite Barbarians. They're actually going to retarget to the Tombstone instead of the Princess Star. When it comes to spells, so you can take in the Fireball or the Poison. Both have the 4 elixir markup in there, and pretty much both of them do the same job. Pretty much the Poison will be taking down your troops up slowly, while the Fireball is actually going to take it down pretty quickly, instantly. So the Fireball also has a very short radius, and the Poison has a long one, but then it's just you who has to decide if you want to do the damage quickly or maybe rather slowly, and if you want to consider taking them down maybe slowly. So again, the Lightning and the Zap come up in here, and the Lightning is 6 elixir. It's really high, but then it's definitely going to do a lot. So if you have any kind of counter for this, you can probably put in the Lightning, and it's pretty much going to do it very good. So the Lava Loon real lightning spell is really good, because the lightning spell can actually do so much damage to troops that actually just make it to around 600 hit points. So that's really good to have. So you can definitely have in the Skeleton Army. So the Skeleton Army, a really good distraction. There are actually some ground troops that do some really good job. 3 elixir, you're actually having 5 of these goblins, 2 spare goblins, and 3 of those those other skeleton the goblin guys. So these are really good, but then they're actually very vulnerable. They actually go down with just arrows and all that stuff. So these are pretty much the cards you actually take into your Lava Loon deck. That's really important. The right card you actually have to take is what you actually want to consider. So when it comes to the gameplay, you actually want to put in the Lava Hound when the 1 minute mark comes in. So when the 2 elixir the 2 elixir mark comes in, when you actually have 2 elixir of the raid, that is when you actually want to put in the Lava Hound up in the behind, and then probably put in the balloon pretty much behind as well. Make sure that the Lava Hound is up in first, and then put in the balloon. And if you do not consider this as a big threat, come on, you gotta be kidding me, because these two, you really kill them down all by themselves. So when it comes to the big threat for you when you're actually using the Lava Loon deck, that is against Elite Barbarians. Elite Barbarians are really threatening. Elite Barbarians with Hog Riders are pretty much really bad for you, because you actually don't have much of counter troops. You probably have minions, the mega minion, the skeleton army, and the tombstone. So at this point, if you actually are encountering any guy coming up with Hog Rider when you're actually using the Lava Loon deck, you probably want to consider putting in the tombstone, because it's a really great, the skeletons up in there, just those 2-3 skeletons will actually kill down that hog, while the tombstone and the tombstone is just going to be there as a defense, while the Princess Star is actually going to attack that as well. So for the Elite Barbarians and the Hog Rider, you probably want to put in the tombstone. Then after that you can put in the Mega Minion or maybe the minions. That will pretty much work out very well. So this is the real big threat for you. Nothing else. Pretty much all others will actually attack the Lava Hound. The Hog Rider and the Elite Barbarians, being very good ground troops, will actually take that tower down. So you actually want to consider the Elite Barbarians as a big threat and put in the tombstone. That's really important. Also for the Hog Rider, that's where you actually want to put in the tombstone. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. That's how the Lava Hound deck actually works. So when it comes to the best Lava Hound decks, I'll probably be putting in some images. You can probably try these out. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. This is really good. The Lava Hound was pretty good until the Elite Barbarians, I mean not the Elite Barbarian, the Electro Visit, the Executioner, all these cool troops actually came out. That was pretty good at that point of time, but then as the neutral cards came in, it really got complicated. So it's more of a skill that you actually need to actually consider using the Lava Loon deck. You probably need to understand that it's not easy for you to use the Lava Loon deck. It's really hard. You probably need to get some time while you actually are going to get that victory from itself. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm Ayrus, and I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, goodbye.